As we all know, climate change is challenging how we are working with water and how we're managing the water in our landscapes throughout Europe. There's a lot of technical knowledge that goes into that. Understanding your water system takes time, and it takes technical knowledge that is difficult sometimes to bring to the table for stakeholders who don't have necessarily the technical background.
We're here in the Aa watershed today to work with our local partners in exploring how the landscape could develop into a sponge landscape in 2050. We're exploring what the future might hold, how it could develop, and what impacts it might yield on the sponge functioning, on the biodiversity, but also for agriculture and other land uses. With our GeoDesign tool, we can together design, but also learn in real time about potential impacts, and thus enable a more informed discussion and negotiation about potential options.
We need to have this discussion together with the people who are actually living in the areas, because they are part of making this work, taking the measures in the field, on the ground. And what is really nice about the pilot that we do together with the Water Authority Aa and Maas is that we are translating technical knowledge that can be very in-depth into something that is visible on maps and usable in the dialogues with a whole lot of different stakeholders. And this is really helping us forward in making decisions about climate resilience.
I'm very excited about today because you actually learn how impactful this process of designing sponge landscapes is. Whatever you do impacts your neighbor, so you're totally in it together. We are dependent on each other to combat these climate effects.
And it helps us a lot to see the effects from the sponge measures on a different area, for example, the crop production or the aesthetics of the landscape, to see where are the conflicts in the area. So, for example, some of the areas are more suitable for grassland, some areas are more suitable for agriculture. And it helps us a lot in discussing which is the best solution for the area of Aa and Maas.
The GeoDesign tool helps us to calculate sponge measures on a landscape scale. And what is nice about this tool is that you can do this instantly. We have models that are very good at calculating these effects, but they need about 2 weeks of calculation time. And this tool can do these things almost as good, but then immediately.
It's easy to combine the different sponge measures and prioritize them. And you can see a very fast result of the effect of the different combinations.
This means that you can have discussion with stakeholders in the area and implement ideas literally on the drawing board and come to an agreement together.
I'm going to use this tool when we have to create a vision for a larger area and we have to work together with other governments, local governments, and we would like to see what the effect is of the ideas that we have on this area, on this large scale.
The workshop today was such a great experience to see how the GeoDesign tool, with all its elements from showing opportunity maps in the case study area, as well as showing impacts of these changes, how it supported the discussions among the participants. And I'm quite looking forward to disseminate the results that we get out of this workshop and to share these insights in scientific papers.
What we are testing here with Aa and Maas is something that we also want to expand further into other areas of Europe. Next, with our sister project SpongeWorks, we are going to implement this also in France, in Greece, and in the Dutch-German Vecht area. So this is a way to show also to other areas outside of those pilot areas how to do this in practice. And that is in the end what we want to have throughout Europe, to have these dialogues together.